Welcome to the Hope Hotline. It is Friday. It is an absolutely gorgeous day today. I wish we could do this podcast outside. I was coming in and I was saying to myself, why can't I do the podcast outside? It's why we live here in Florida. I don't know what the temperature is. All I can just tell you there is absolutely no humidity in the air, which I prefer humidity over dry heat. I'm not a dry heat kind of girl. I don't know. Do you guys like the West? I don't like the West. I mean, if you live in the West, God bless you. I love you. I feel like it's San Diego weather right now. I've never been there, but I'm just saying based on what I've been told, it feels like San Diego. But it is gorgeous out, like there is no tomorrow. I mean, do you guys agree with me?
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking about that. Gorgeous.
You were thinking
Absolutely.
about how gorgeous it is today?
I was.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
It's good for
But
the hair, too.
it's great. But, well, I wouldn't know. My hair's
Humidity, not so good for the hair.
my first day back to the gym for all week long. And I was working diligently all morning long. And I went to go do my hair and I realized probably should have cleaned it. No time for that. So we're pulling this sucker back. But I'm not kidding you. Like I told Tracy, I'm like, I don't know if you guys know the song, but I literally have this song. Do you have it ready?
No,
No?
I just screen recorded it. So I
God
can't.
bless you, child.
I know.
You're moving fast.
I'm trying. It's almost.
Don't even worry about it.
Okay,
I told you
okay.
too late, but I have that song "Lovely Day" in my head.
Sing it.
Sarah will back you up.
If I knew it, I would sing
Yeah,
it,
you
but I don't know
do.
it.
She was just singing Titanic before we came on.
That's true. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Lovely day. No, I'm not singing the song, though. But I'm just saying it's in my head.
Yeah.
It's singing in my head right now because it's a lovely day. Yeah. It's like the best out there. I was saying to myself, this is why I live in Florida. Today is it. My house is
love it.
open. I'm not cold.
Right.
The sun is shining. It's supposed to rain on Sunday again. I think there's a cold front coming through.
There is.
And when that happens, I'm lighting my fireplace up and burning all my tax papers. I got a stack sitting there by the fireplace. Tom's like, what's that? Tax papers.
Oh, that's so funny. Good
Yep,
idea.
I'm ready to burn, baby, burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
It's like every 7 years, the seventh year you get to burn your taxes?
Yeah.
They're going up in smoke this weekend.
Yeah. I
I'm
love
going
it.
to use those to warm my body
I love it.
in my fireplace. So,
That's so good.
you got anything else to add, girls?
Um,
Are we ready to just hit
I
the
think we
road?
can just go if you're ready.
Let's hit the road. Let's
All
do
right.
this thing.
Let's do it. All right. So we have our like and share and comment. I'm going to see what's going on Facebook. We've got Millie on right now. So Millie, if you want to hop over to Rumble and come join us over there, we got a great
I
conversation
think Millie's
going
in
on.
New York or something like that.
She's back in Long Island,
Whoop, whoop.
with the Wet Blanket Tribe.
I think that's where our little Logie's from.
Yeah,
It's in a
I think she's
it's
outside of
Long Island, right?
Yeah, yeah, that sounds right.
Staten Island? It's one of those two.
Isn't the Statue of
Logan's
Liberty?
on. Logan, answer us.
Isn't the Statue of Liberty? What's the island that the Statue of Liberty's on?
Yeah, that's Staten
Ellis
Island.
Island?
Oh,
Ellis
Ellis Island. Yay, Sarah.
Way to go, Sarah.
Keep it around.
Keeping
I
it
don't
real
actually
for
know if
us.
That's true.
No, that
It
is.
was very.
Yeah, Ellis.
It is
Yeah,
Ellis
yeah,
Island.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure because I was about to say, how can she live on Staten Island?
Long
with-
Island. Long Island.
Yeah, she's from Long Island. Yeah,
Thank you. Keep going.
perfect. Okay. We're
Hey,
moving.
Millie.
Hey,
Nice
Millie.
to see you. Keep it real.
All
Keep it
right.
warm.
Yeah, exactly. No, not in New York. It's probably gross up there. Okay, so Facebook, yep. She's in the Hamptons, she said. And we've got, you guys can like, share, and comment if you are on Facebook, or you can pop on Facebook. Go share real quick. Share to your page. Let's get everybody on there, and then we'll move them over to Rumble. We got YouTube. We got 3 people watching on YouTube. I can't see who you are, but hello. And then we've got Rumble, our favorite. So if you're on Facebook, hop over to Rumble. If you're on YouTube, hop over to Rumble. Or, Black Robe is great too. And we have our audio podcast that will be uploaded later, but you can find all of our past episodes on there. If you are on Rumble, I'm going to say hello to you real quick. So we've got Sharon on, we've got KK and Sean and Logan and Sarum. Who else we got? Anne Marie's on, and hi mom, and we got a bunch of people, a whole conversation going. 30 people on Rumble. Hey guys, okay, and then lastly we've got
That's
Black
what's going
Robe.
on.
Yeah,
Apparently,
that's where it's
on
going
Rumble.
on. Yeah, Rumble's got it going on. And then we've got over here, our favorite is send in your questions. We have gotten a few good questions lately. So good job, guys. Way to send in some awesome questions. Again, if you're talking to some friends and something comes up, like, what do you think about this? Send it in to us. We want to hear what's going on. We want to hear what you guys are asking. And you guys really do have some really great questions. And then lastly is our merch. And all of these are available on our website, foundationchurchfl.com. And you just click shop. We have the TLP stuff there. We have Foundation Church merch available. And all of those things are there. Don't forget your spoon, because that's important.
It
Especially
is
if you're a
important.
parent.
And Heather redid the merch area out.
She
If you-
did, yeah.
I mean,
if you're local.
you can buy it online, but Heather redid the merch area.
Yeah,
It looks so good out there.
I love it.
The spoons are front and center,
They better
as they
be.
should be. In case a parent needs to cook up something real quick as they're walking into the building.
Yep.
Take care of business.
Exactly.
All righty, Rue. I think we're going to go straight into the questions today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Unless Vanessa looks like she's got something to say.
We have an update. The Statue of Liberty.
It's not Ellis Island.
It's on Liberty Island.
Liberty.
Liberty Island.
Give me liberty or give me death. Well, she's pronounced. Isn't she Lady Liberty?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We obviously don't know our history or geographic areas in this place.
Yeah, that's
I mean, come on. Dadgummit, Vanessa, you're from flippin'
I
New
know.
York.
I
How can you not know the geographics of your own
I'm not
hometown?
proud of it. Okay.
You shouldn't be. You should not be.
no.
That's like me saying I don't know that
I never
Tallahassee
left
is
Brooklyn,
the
okay?
capital of Florida.
I never left Brooklyn. All the tourists were over there. You know?
Oh my word. Let me
Listen.
just say this. I was looking at something on Facebook and Jeff's memory from 5 years ago
Don't
popped
mention
up.
it.
yeah.
Don't mention it.
Oh, I missed it. Going now.
Okay,
Going in.
she was about 80 pounds heavier.
That was.
Maybe not 80,
Dancing,
but oh my! I had to show Tom last night. I was like, Tom, her husband.
Yes.
Her husband used to videotape her secretly while she was dancing or singing or whatever, and then he posted on Facebook. They actually do have a good marriage,
yeah.
even though he did that. They have a great marriage. She's got. I mean, some people would get a little testy over that. I mean, she acted testy, but she wasn't. But she's got a good sense of
my
humor.
gosh.
You're a confident individual. You're a good dancer.
100. Even
You're a good singer,
even
so, like,
80
you didn't-
pounds heavier. I was.
You
still
could throw it.
a good dancer.
Yes, that's right. You were throwing that everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm just telling you, if you can find that,
I did find it.
You
You
did
want me to
find
get
it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I just saw it. Do you want me to
Oh
pull
my
it up?
gosh, it's the funniest, dangest thing. Maybe, just maybe, Tracy can pull a little bit of magic, and before the podcast is over, we can share that with you because it's daggum funny.
You're welcome.
What are you
You're
doing?
welcome.
Are you going to do it?
I'm listening to her. She's like, or not.
We don't listen
like,
to.
who-
I only choose
who
to
do I
listen
have
to
to-
what I want to listen to.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay,
out
okay.
there for the world to see.
Yeah, it's
That's
already
true.
out
It is
I
on
like as
Facebook.
if that's
Yeah.
going to change anything.
That's true. That's true. I mean, it's already on Facebook, so
What is that?
it's already on Facebook.
It's already
so
on Facebook.
It's already on
Right.
Facebook.
It's public record right now.
Right. Exactly.
If you're friends with Jeff.
exactly.
Or listen,
Because I tried to share it and it wouldn't let me.
Are
Oh,
you
really?
serious?
I thought we were friends.
we are.
We are. Oh my god.
hey, listen. Friends do share.
Yeah.
True friends share with one
Yeah.
another.
Sharing's caring.
That's right. So if there's anybody that can do it outside of Aaron, it's going to be Tracy.
It's happening.
Yeah. You think you can do it?
Oh yeah.
The wicked laugh. I'm so excited.
I have to get the whole thing though. Oh yeah. That's good.
It's great.
Oh,
Okay.
I love it.
Well,
Okay.
we'll do a
Yeah.
question.
Okay. I'll come back to it.
Well, you
That'll give me
do
time.
that.
That'll give me time.
All right. Can you go over the living to 120 years? I'm all in for it and plan to, but others don't think that the Bible clearly states that it applies to us. So I am gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you right now that most preachers won't preach it. I don't know why, other than they probably don't know the Bible. And one of the things that I absolutely love about Jesse Duplantis is he does preach this. I think Kenneth Copeland does too. Some people are fans of Kenneth Copeland. Some people are not. But I am a fan because like he has some great word. You're not going to like everybody, and you're not going to like everything everybody says or everything everybody does. And not everybody hits it out of the park every single time. But if you're doing it, if you're doing it more than not on a high caliber, you need to take into it people are saying, because some people are going to miss it. But on the whole, if they're getting it right, then you should take as much as you can, because they're doing something that most of us are not, right? So let's look at the scriptures. Tom does preach this. So either you watch Tom or you come to this church or something. But Tom is a big believer in this. Genesis 6:3, and the reason he's a believer is it's scriptural, and I'm going to show you why. Genesis 6:3 says, "And the Lord said, My spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years." Okay, so you got to look at the scripture. So before this, people were living but anywhere from like 300 to 900 years of age, right? Noah is about to come on the scene. People are very, very wicked. So right after this, God floods the earth and destroys everybody, and he starts over with mankind. Then and so that doesn't, because he destroys the earth and mankind, didn't do away with that scripture verse. Noah comes on, and he does not live past that. Okay. Wait a minute. How long did Noah live? I want to say, hold on one second. Somebody look up how old Noah was. I don't believe he lived past that. I'm almost positive. Well, he was older. Excuse me. He was older when he was making the ark, because it took over 100, almost 200 years to make. It might have been 300 years to do the ark. I can't remember exactly. So forgive me for that part. But because when it came to Moses didn't live past 120 years. If you guys will look that up for me. How old?
950.
950 is, and then after him, after Genesis 6:3, that's when it starts. Okay, so, but he had to replenish the earth, he and his sons, okay? So Psalm 90:10 is where everybody goes to and says that did away with the 120 years, okay? But we're going to look at that. And that's what Psalm 90:10 says. The days of our lives are 70 years, and if by reason of strength they are 80 years, yet their boast is only labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away. Now, if you look at that scripture, and I went, and this is why I say to people, you got to study the word, because if you just read it for face value, you will get lost. You have to study the word. You can read it, but it goes much deeper. So let's look at who wrote Psalm 90:10. Moses wrote Psalm 90:10, and he lived to 120 years of age. Okay, so Moses wrote Psalm 90:10, and why did he write Psalm 90:10? It was for the Israelites who had been disobedient to the Lord, and anyone that was 20 years and older were not going to make it into the promised land. And that's basically what that scripture is talking about, that they were going to die in the wilderness. So from that point on, those Israelites, because of their disobedience, would not go past 70 years of age. They couldn't have, because eventually everybody has to get into the promised land. So anybody 20 years and older, we're going to live no more than that 70. Okay, that means like if you were 20, you're going to live, maybe the oldest you could make it is 90, right? So Moses, oh my goodness. I've got to put myself on Do Not Disturb. I'm going to somebody take my phone, do not disturb, because it's going to throw me out because I'm getting solicitation calls like there's no tomorrow. So Moses was, if Psalm 90:10, thank you so much. If Psalm 90:10 applied to changing the 120 years, then why did Moses live to 120 years? It didn't do away with that. Moses didn't get to enter into the promised land. But if that scripture in Genesis was done away with, then he should have died at 90. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So let's look at Deuteronomy 34:7. Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes were not dim, nor his natural vigor diminished. And here's the thing. He climbed a mountain the day that he died. He looked out into the promised land, and then he died up on that mountain. So he was 120 years. Again, look it up. Matthew Henry commentary clearly states the reason why Psalm 90:10 was written is whether the Israelites who were disobedient, and because of their disobedience, they were not going into the promised land. So their life was limited on the span of time that they would live because of their disobedience. That doesn't do away with God's original Genesis 6:3 saying that he said he cannot strive with man forever. So 120 years is all we were going to get, because otherwise we were going to drive him crazy if we lived beyond that, because everybody else was living 3 to 900 years of age. And he's like, I can't do it anymore. Then the flood happened. So a time span was given to us of 120, and that's it. Psalm 90:10 does not apply to that. Does that make sense, ladies?
Yep.
Do you agree or disagree?
Yep. Agree. 120.
Okay.
I already have my plan.
Huh?
I already have my plan.
You already have your plan.
Yeah.
And what is your plan?
Well, I really like the beach. And so what I'm going to do is there's these big floats, and you just get this big float and you just go out to sea. I'm going to have some snacks. I'm taking my friend over there because she's only 11 months younger than me. So my 120th birthday, Norma's pushing us out. She might join us. She's not sure because you won't be here anymore. And we're going to finish out in sea on my 120th birthday.
That sounds miserable. There's a lot of burning.
No, it'll be because it's 120. I can't live past it. It'll be the eve of my birthday.
Okay, you could live a year out there. Do you understand? It's not 120 and you know what I'm saying, a day.
The Lord knows my heart.
But you got my daughter out there with you.
She's coming. The Lord knows my heart.
She can live beyond that.
No, she won't.
And you got 11 months.
Back. I'll have a
I'm going
paddle.
early.
A lot
You
of
know why? 'Cause
burns,
Jeff is
a lot of
already up in
sunning.
glory.
He's gone. John,
Right.
He's
right.
10 years older than me. So here's the plan. Tracy's actually going to take me in as a sister wife
I am.
for 10 years.
It's just, that's what you have
How old
to do.
is Jer?
He's 4 years older than me. This is like, there's no.
I guess it could work. It's a little sick.
No, not,
I
no,
guess
it's just.
No,
I mean,
it's
ain't
almost
nobody getting busy at
Nobody's
115
right.
or
No,
something
this
like
is just
that,
us
or
hanging out.
110. I mean,
No
maybe.
benefits.
I don't know.
No
But
benefit.
Yeah, no benefits. Just us benefiting
it's
from
kind
watching
of like
TikToks
raisin
together.
mentality.
Oh, man.
Everything's got to dry up sometime.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, we were just planning on watching like TikToks together. Hope that's all. We just wanted
You
to
have no, listen, you
Front
understand
porch
if you can't pay
TikToks.
for that cell phone service, at some point it goes. I know you got a lot of sun in you're bringing with you.
I do. I'll be spraying it the whole time. Very systematic too.
There's no way. There ain't enough snacks.
Hope you're already in heaven. You don't have to worry about it. We'll see you
that's
soon.
true.
Yeah, you'll be
we'll see you
watching.
soon. You'll
I'll
be
be long
watching
gone.
and you'll be laughing at us as the birds join us.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
I can't handle birds. We already know that. 'cause
Norma's just going to dump me over once I'm done. And then she'll probably have to paddle back because it probably won't be her time. So we'll leave a paddle for her.
And then I'll be
Callie will
waiting
probably
for
be there
her.
too. So that's that. Anyways, that's my plan. Back to what you were saying.
it's not a good one, girls. Pretty subpar.
You know,
It's a working plan.
It's a work in progress.
it's a work in progress.
It needs a lot of planning changes.
Okay. Well,
It's terrible.
We'll work it out.
I don't listen.
Hope, don't even say it.
God gives us
Don't
the
even say
desires
it.
of our heart. Okay.
Nope.
I choose not to live to 120.
Nope. You got to stay. We're going to need you.
about to get real.
It's about to get real. Exactly.
I don't
Thank you,
know.
Sarah.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll see whose prayers are stronger, ours or your desire.
God gives you your heart's
would-
desire.
But my
I
heart's
can't imagine
desire.
being 100. Tom's just doing it out of spite, people. I mean, that's the only reason he's doing it.
Yeah.
Out of spite
Okay.
to prove a point. Me, on
That's
the other
winning.
hand,
That's
I have
winning.
nothing to prove. Give me the glory.
Give me a call right now, right?
Like
there are
ain't
definitely
enough
days.
spite in this world to keep me on this planet. Get me to heaven.
I
Not
hear
anytime
you.
soon. I'm like, give me around 100.
Okay. Okay.
Give me around 100. Because
Right.
when Tom replaces me, I want that old bag to be over 100. So it ain't going to be like some hotsy-totsy 80-year-old.
Oh my God.
He ain't replacing me with some hotsy-totsy 80-year-old. She's going to have
my
to be
gosh.
100 plus. Go find one of them right there.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Oh my gosh.
He can't replace me.
Yeah.
We all know this.
Listen, there's only one hope. That is for sure.
Yep.
One hope.
There's only one me.
There's only one.
And
you.
everyone in the world is grateful for that.
And
Thank you,
there's
Jesus.
and there's only one Vanessa.
She's lost a lot of weight, people.
There's only one Vanessa.
She's a chunky girl with beats
Well, look at her
and
go.
moves.
Look at her go. Oh yeah, my favorite's coming.
Gangnam Style.
I'm in her face. I love it.
You go, girl.
I love
one
it.
me.
There's only one you.
One me.
There is.
That's right, girl.
I'm gone. Who's gonna do that?
No, I don't. We're in heaven. We'll do it together in heaven. We'll be up in
There ain't
heaven.
enough of you to go around. Well, in that picture, there was more than enough of you to go around. But you got moves, sister.
Oh, you do.
You look good dancing.
You do.
Yeah, I will say, listen, there's some people that,
Yeah.
like Tom, when he gets heavy, his eyes get squinty. He's good looking, but he's got squinty eyes. But like you, there's some people that can pull off being, being heavy, and they got it going on. Listen, there are some women that carry some extra pounds, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, they can pull it off.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, cannot. I'm like Tom.
Oh my
It ain't pretty. Some people can do it, though. If you can do it, it'd be hard to lose weight if you could actually pull off being beautiful
Yeah.
and carrying some pounds.
Hey.
But there are some men that do not like skinny women, and they prefer a heavier,
That's true.
chunkier girl.
That's a true. That's a
Some
true.
cushion with the pushing. I don't know what that means, but I'm lying. I do.
What did you say?
Don't worry about it. I ain't saying it again. All right, let's go to the next
Anyways,
question.
moving right
I'll
along.
have to watch the replay.
Yeah, watch the replay.
Hashtag replay. As Sarah likes to say, hashtag replay.
Oh my God.
Okay, what's the deal with leaven? Why is it such a big deal that God tells his people not to use it at certain times? I've seen different interpretations, but it just doesn't make sense to me that it would be such a big deal unless I'm missing something. When the people were leaving Egypt and told not to use it because there wouldn't be time to let the bread rise, it isn't like it would be any different than unleavened bread. I see an interpretation that fermentation tied to leaven is equivalent to decay and corruption, but does God even explain it that way, or is it just an interpretation by man? That is such a really
It's interesting.
daggum good question. I'm not kidding you.
That was good.
I mean, it's a great question. And it is probably doesn't even have the answer that you thought it was. All of that, when the people were leaving in Exodus, and you referred to about when the people were leaving Egypt and told not to let the bread rise. That's actually Exodus 12. Excuse me. I had Genesis on my mind from the last one. That's Exodus 12. And all of this it's a shadow of things, right? It's all about the 7 feasts, believe it or not. Put up that graphic for me because it's going to help people to understand what this is. The 7 feasts. If you did not have Passover, we wouldn't have the symbolic, or we wouldn't have the shadow of what Jesus did on the cross, okay? So when God instructed Moses about the angel coming over, and if you did not have the lamb's blood over the posts and on the sides of the doorway, he gave clear instruction, like you indicated, about the bread and about even the meal itself. Okay, so before God delivers the Israelites out of Egypt, he tells them to get a lamb. He tells them to make unleavened bread. Now, no one knew when the angel was going to come. Like, no one knows the return of Christ, right? So they were to be prepared and to be readied. And be readied meant that you might not have time to have the bread rise. But that's like so insignificant to so many things. It's more about the leavened bread. Unleavened bread has yeast. Yeast or leavened anything, when referred to in the Bible, is oftentimes likened to sin. Okay, so that's why, like when the when the Jewish people today, still to this day, when they do the feast of unleavened bread, before they do anything, just like one of the instructions that God gave the Israelites was to sweep the whole entire house out so that any leaven that was in there would be removed, like yeast, because it is symbolic of sin. So he's making sure that there is no sin in the home, no sin in the person, right? So even to this day, before that feast is celebrated, most practicing Jewish people will sweep their house completely clean. The feasts are way more symbolic than people even have a clue. Okay, like I said, the Jewish people, they celebrate this feast. They do it every year, and so they start out with the Passover meal. The Passover meal is even what Jesus celebrated before his death, right? So the Passover meal, and then the Feast of Unleavened Bread is, I believe, practiced for 5 to 7 days. I can't remember exactly how many days, but so the Passover is 1 day. Unleavened bread is the following, I believe, 5 to 7 days. I want to say it's 7, but I might be wrong about that. So those two are together. Then there's the first fruits. Then there's I believe it's the trumpets, then it's Pentecost. No, it's first fruits, Pentecost, then trumpets. Those 3 happen the next, but they're not the following weeks. Those happen later in the year. And then there's the Day of Atonement, and then there's the Tabernacle, and those are the last 2. And I believe those are celebrated in the fall. But I might be wrong about that too. But it is celebrated all throughout the year, each one of those. So the Passover meal, is again one that Jesus celebrated, and it's also called a Seder meal. All right. So when we're talking about leaven, I'm going to come back to it after we're done talking about the Passover meal or the Seder meal, because it's going to kind of all flow together. All right. So what I'm going to have you do is let's stay on this, and then I'm going to have you go to to the next graphic, okay? So the Seder meal or the Passover meal, it consists of a lamb, and it consists of unleavened bread. Still to this day, now the Jewish people have added different things to it. Like there's an herb, and it's kind of like a bitter herb, and then they've added some other things to the meal. But the original one was lamb and unleavened bread. And then there was. And now, and because of this, from what I understand and from what I've studied, when the Israelites were leaving and for the original Passover meal, they didn't have these 5 cups, okay? But after that, when they celebrated, there are 5 different cups that sit on the table when they are doing their Passover feast, okay? Now, each of these cups are extremely significant, okay? You can go to that next graphic if you want. Because everything is symbolic. Everything is. God designed it specifically with no coincidence, okay? So the first cup is the cup of sanctification, which sets us apart and it purifies us. It's also called the cup of blessing, okay? But if you remember, it is not just for the Israelites when they left and were sanctified and set apart from the Egyptians. It also pertains to Jesus and what he did for us, okay? The second cup is the cup of deliverance, because they were delivered out of Egypt, or cup of judgment. The third cup is the cup of redemption, which is the prophetic fulfillment of Christ, okay? All of these cups, still to this day, they sit on the table. There's actually 5 cups, not 4, but I'm going to show you the 4, and then I'll tell you about the 5th, because the 5th, it matters, but it's not as significant as these 4 cups. And the 4th cup is the cup of thanksgiving and hope, or the cup of praise. Okay? The 5th cup is an empty cup that they do not fill at the table. Each of those cups are filled with wine, but the 5th cup is not, does not have anything in it. And it is for what they believe is Elijah for his return, and he'll return and he'll drink from the cup when he returns to their table, which is, they use the scripture Malachi 4:5 for. Okay, so if we look at Jesus at the Last Supper, okay? Last Supper, also known as the Passover. So just remember, like, everything is significant. People think that the Last Supper or the Passover, they forget that Passover meal, it's a feast, but it's a feast because of what happened in Exodus with Moses delivering the Israelites out of Egypt. A lot of people just hear Passover and they think, oh, Passover. They forget that it's Passover from the Passover of the angel with the firstborn children that didn't have the post with blood on the top and the blood on the sides. The firstborn was taken and killed. The angel. Well, we'll just call it the angel of death. They believe they don't put the two together. The two are the same. And a lot of people don't know their word and they don't study their word, so they just hear Last Supper and they don't put the two together. If you put the two together, you will see how symbolically they both, what Moses did through God's direction, God delivering his people through the Old Testament, is symbolic of what God did when he sent Jesus to deliver us from sin and give us redemption. Does that make sense, ladies? You guys you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Picking it up.
Okay. So Jesus fulfilled all of the elements that are for those cups. He provides sanctification. He delivers us. He gives us redemption. And then there's praise, correct? Mm-hmm. All right. The Feast of Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. When Jesus observed the Passover, there were key moments when Jesus took the bread and the cup, all right? And he declared that his body was the bread and his blood was the cup. Now, let's look at Luke 22:19 through 20. Can you put that up while it's on there, or do you need to come back to me? Yeah. Perfect. And he took bread, gave thanks, and broke it, and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Likewise, he also took the cup after supper, saying, "This cup is the new covenant," right? Mm-hmm. Old covenant is gone. And the new covenant is now, this cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is shed for you. And that's what he said to the disciples. I want you to check this out. This is super interesting. Now, by the time he got to the cup, do you not think that the cup that he was going to drink from was significant? I think it's very significant. And a lot of theologians and a lot of rabbis believe that the cup that he picked up and drank from next was the cup of redemption, which would follow along. It would not be surprising that if he did, that would be true. Because what did he do for us? When he says this is a new covenant, it's the cup of redemption would redeem us. That's basically what he was saying when he said that scripture, when we read that scripture. So he was the sacrificial lamb. He was the tangible sacrificial lamb. And then he fulfilled the unleavened bread. Okay, let me explain this. Leaven, bread that has leaven, if leaven and yeast is considered sin, and you have bread with sin in it, or bread that's leavened, Jesus is the unleavened bread, right? But I'm gonna blow your mind, because so he is the cup of redemption. And if you remember, what did he say in the when he was praying, and he said to the Lord, when he said to God, please take this cup from me, and he was sweating blood. The cup that he was referring to is not just the cup you drink out. It was the cup of redemption that he's referring to. If you will take this cup from me, because he wanted to do it, but he knew what he was going to have to endure. And even he, in his human form, knew that it was going to be tough. So the cup that he was asking to be taken from him was the cup of redemption, which represented his shed blood. And this is where it gets so good. If you read 1 Corinthians 5, 6 through 8, Paul said this. And Paul was saying to the Corinthian church, because they were glorifying in sin, he said, your glorifying is not good. Do you not know that a little leaven leavens the whole lump? Therefore, purge out the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, since you truly are unleavened. For indeed, Christ, our Passover, was sacrificed for us. He's the Passover lamb, correct? Mm-hmm. Yes. So that's what he's referring to. For indeed, Christ, our Passover, was sacrificed for us. Therefore, let us keep the feast, and he's referring to the Passover feast and the feast of leavened bread, not with old leaven, nor with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. So Paul tells the Corinthian church to purge themselves of sin and immorality. He uses Passover and leavened bread, the feast of leavened bread. He uses those feasts as examples to the Corinthian church because it's something that they would understand. Let's look at that. So let's look at this. So Jesus said in John 6:48, he says, I am the bread of life, right? If Jesus had no sin, he's unleavened bread, correct? Then you go on to Jesus is the living bread. John 6:51 says, I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever. And the bread that I shall give is my flesh. If his flesh is sinless, which I shall give for the life of the world. You can come back to me. So here's the thing. It gets even better. And this is why I tell people, study the word out. Because if you study the word out, you can never deny it. You'll know that it's not by coincidence that God does one thing. He is purposed everything. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. What does Bethlehem mean? Do you guys know?
No.
House of bread. It's important.
Yeah.
So it may not be like when you read that don't let the bread rise, when God gave that instruction to Moses to give to the people of Israel. It may not make sense, but it's way deeper. It's way bigger, and it's way more powerful what all of that means and why it is significant. And again, Old Testament is foreshadowing the New Testament. They go together. You can't have one without the other. They are both vitally important. And everything that Jesus did in the New Testament always goes back to the old. Always goes back to the old. So does the Old Testament. It always goes back to the new. Always goes back to the new. They both validate, verify each other. So, girls, do you have anything you want to add? No? I just blew your minds, didn't I?
That was good. Very
I just
good.
blew your minds.
Very, very good.
That's the stuff I love.
I know.
I'm not a history person, but
I'm shocked by
I'm a
that.
dig deep
Yeah.
into God's word, which is a beautiful thing.
It is.
You're in shock. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that you don't like history.
Well, I like history, but history's like for me, I mean, I know history. I know American history and things like that. And I think it's super important as we Americans that we know our history because you will repeat it if you don't, right?
Yeah.
But what I love about the Bible is like in history, we don't, and Andrew Womack said this one time and I was like, it's so true. But in world history or American history, sometimes we don't understand why people did things that they did, or we don't understand why did they go after that battle plan. It's not played out. We're not the truth of why things happened are not given to us. But the Bible
Right.
tells you both sides.
Right.
You know exactly. I mean, God is so good that his strategies with war or with sin or with salvation or with whatever he's offering you, even provision and healing, all of that, I mean, raising your children, everything is laid out for you. Like there is no truth that's not told or there's no explanation that's not given. You know from beginning to end why it went or does go the way that it goes. Like if you don't train up a child in the way that it should go, you know it will depart from the faith because the word is true. If you go look at Old Testament and you look at wars, why did the wars happen? How did God get the victory for the Israelites through those wars? When they lost, why did they lose? Like you understand all of those things because the word of God reveals all of those things. History is great and everything, but I love digging deeper because all it does is validate my faith, but also it gives me more faith.
Yeah.
It makes my faith grow because God goes to such great lengths to prove who he is. And even in the littlest details, like Bethlehem being the house of bread.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's down to the like littlest things. And for me, it's like, if God's going to go that far, I'm going to dig that deep
Yeah.
because he is worthy. And so that's why I tell people all the time, do not read the word, study it out. It will take you to new places. If you have any doubts about who he is, by the time you're done, you will be so like such an immovable force. Like no one will be able to tell you that God is not real, that God's word is not true, and that he does not fight and go before you. I mean, no one will ever convince me ever that my steps are not ordered. If he goes to those great lengths to prove who he is, he's got my life laid out. My plans, Jeremiah 29:11, they're all good. That anytime I face adversity, no matter what that is, his word says that I will be victorious. I know I'm going to win. I don't quit because you know what I know? I end up winning every time. So why quit? I'm going to win. And those are the things that will really press you to go forward, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, this is a real spiritual question we're moving into right now.
My favorite.
Your favorite? I actually love this question.
Me too.
Says, you love energy drinks, specifically Alani and I think Red Bull. How bad do you think they really are? I know this isn't a biblical question, but I am just curious what you think. By the way, I drink them too. Let's roll, people. I love this question. Okay. Me and Talia and Tracy, we drinking energy drinks. Vanessa, you do not. Sarah, you do not. Okay, so we have 2 do's and 2 don'ts and 3 do's. My son's in here. Tommy, do you drink energy drinks? That's not an energy drink. He just picked up a Coke. Coke is not an energy drink. I'm talking about like Monsters, Red Bull. Yeah, but that's coffee. People who drink coffee don't consider that an energy drink. I'm glad you do, because you're actually right. It is. But I'm just saying, do you drink Celsius? Do you drink any Red Bull? Do you drink anything like what I do? You stay away from all like that stuff. You don't have any desire. You just don't like the taste. You're not staying away from it for health reasons. Okay. I got to introduce you to some of my son. They're good. And then after this, like some of you are like a gasp. You're going to introduce your child to an energy drink? You're a horrible mother. Okay, well, let's go. You're just my kind of person that I want to talk to right now. All right, pull up that chart, sister. I love this chart. And because it's on the internet, it must be true. The Knowledge Academy says, brief comparison of ingredients present in Red Bull and coffee. So if you ever looked at the back of a can of Red Bull, it'll tell you that there's different vitamins in them. Now, you may say there ain't a lot of vitamins in that sucker. Some is better than none. That's all I'm going to say. Because if you look at what the list there is for Red Bull, the cup of coffee that you drink every day has absolutely pretty much none. It's negligible. So while I'm sucking down my Red Bull, I'm sucking down my vitamins. I'm doing way better. I'm already ahead of the game. Give me 2. Double the pleasure, double the fun, and double the vitamins.
There you go.
So, actually, I'm a Red Bull connoisseur, but I'm really like I'm not completely converted to Alani, but I don't know. You can bring it back to me. I don't know. Like you've done a whole bunch right now, Tracy. Like you're doing C4, which I like C4. My Chris Ann Hall, my friend Chris Ann Hall. Mm-hmm. I don't know why she did this. Not one of the last times, like last year sometime I was talking to her about, she's like, have you ever done C4? And I'm thinking, is that organic? Is that why you're telling me? Holy moly. That organic. Sucker is chock full of like
goodness. Yeah.
There's some I will not touch.
Okay.
Just because like I don't want to feel jittery.
Right.
Like if that's why you don't drink an energy drink because it makes you feel jittery. I love the taste.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why I'm addicted to them, because I'll drink that. I could care less about soda.
Yeah.
And like I have my water. I'm better than most because most people don't even drink water.
True.
And they drink coffee all day long, or they drink like Crystal Light or whatever.
Yep.
They don't even drink water. I was just talking to somebody the other day and I said something about water and they go, I hate water. I don't drink it.
Hear you.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Float your boat. I mean, as long as you don't preach to me about not drinking my energy drink.
Shy.
But like C4 is like it's got a lot of caffeine in it.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot.
Okay. Do you like the C4?
I do. But right now, since the fast, I haven't drank any energy drinks at all.
And are you totally off? Are you cold turkey?
For now. Yeah. Since the fast, I haven't gone back on them yet.
Do you think you'll go back on them?
Yeah, I do. So the point is like I drank a C4 and it like I felt a little bit of like, oh, okay, I feel awake, and then nothing. And I didn't crash. It wasn't doing.
I never crash.
I know. I don't either.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I can literally drink an energy drink or a cup of coffee and go straight to bed.
Same.
It does nothing for me.
Yeah, that was me. So that's why I stopped for a little bit, because I had a friend that was like obsessed with coffee, drank like tons of Red Bull, and then he completely stopped for like a year, which I don't think I'll do it for a year, but he completely stopped for a year. And now every time he has like a little bit of coffee, he's like energized.
Jittery?
Energized by it. So I was like, we'll try a little, see what we can do. So I just haven't had any. However, 100% not against them.
Are you drinking coffee?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have
Okay,
but not like a half a cup of coffee. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
that's
the
not good.
taste. Like it's just
I
coffee.
love the taste.
I did, and I don't know. Right now, it's just different.
You don't like coffee?
Right now,
not the
no.
same?
Right
Oh,
now,
really?
I went and got a Starbucks.
I don't drink coffee every day.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't
either.
drink coffee every day. I would be lying if I said I had didn't have an energy drink of some sort. I drink an energy drink every day, but it's like my soda.
Right.
I mean, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you drink an energy drink, but C4. What do you drink when you drink Red Bulls?
Ghost.
I didn't know. I didn't check out Ghost. I should have checked out Ghost.
Yeah.
Ghost
Very
C4.
sweet.
Yeah,
Red
and I'm
Bull.
not into the sweet.
Very sweet. That's why I don't love them. C4 is less, and then I do love Red Bull.
I love Red Bull. What about you, girl?
Red Bull, and then there's one flavor of Celsius that like I actually like.
Yeah, Celsius
the
is
rest
pretty
I don't
high,
like.
just so you know.
I know I barely drink
In
it, but-
caffeine. Everybody's big on Celsius because it's like this organic or whatever. Or it's like the better one.
Right.
It's high in
Apparently,
caffeine.
yeah. Apparently, it's not great.
I don't care though.
I know.
You two don't.
You don't get to chime in
Ask-
on
Shoe
wait,
fly.
wait. You ask Vanessa what she does drink?
Okay, Vanessa. What is it? Espressos? Like there's no tomorrow?
What do you drink?
I drink coffee.
Okay, but
and ask her what else she drinks.
no, you drink coffee. How
And?
many do you drink?
Right now it's about 3 cups a day.
3 cups a day.
How much water do you drink?
Interesting.
How much water do you drink?
Do you not drink water? That's funny.
Isn't it?
So I don't get thirsty. So I'm the type
Yeah.
where I'm like,
Really?
it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and my head is pounding. And I'm like, why
So
do
you're
I have a headache?
dehydrated.
Drink water. Like,
Yeah. She doesn't drink
I
water.
can't remember the last time I even took a sip of water. So I'll have like 40 ounces at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll suck it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your headache will go away.
And then my headache is gone.
So you drink 3 cups of coffee, go long periods of time with no water, then you'll suck down the water, and then you're good for
And
the
I
rest
don't
of the
drink
day.
energy drinks because I just don't like the taste of it. I
Yeah.
don't have like,
It's not because you're making a stand or have a principle against
listen,
them.
I don't drink water.
She doesn't drink. Period.
All right, let's hear Sarah. Sarah, you drink coffee, but you don't really.
I drink decaf mostly,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm not against it. So right now, my bladder, I can feel my heart beating in my bladder because I have to pee, which is why
Run to the bathroom,
drinking.
girl.
I will, but I wanted. This was important to me. I didn't want to miss out on this.
On the Red Bull caffeine
Yeah.
conversation.
There is a lot of negative things that it does. A synthetic caffeine, anyway. So if I have a coffee, I'll have like decaf coffee, and like Thrive has caffeine in it, but it's plant-based caffeine.
Yeah.
It really affects your adrenals. So for me, when I was trying to like get healthier, that was one of the things that I was like, maybe I'm not going to drink 3 Diet Cokes a day anymore. That plus the artificial sweeteners, like it's just a lot of chemicals and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
I agree.
I drink like anywhere between 80 and 120 ounces of water a day, but I also have to pee all the time. So it really affects my quality of life.
Yes. Literally.
I can
leaving
come
this
close
out.
to that and drink
Listen, if I just wore diapers, we'd be golden.
We'll get you some
I could just
Depends.
pee wherever. And I'm going to go right now.
Okay, so I would tell you, you use that one. I would tell you, well, I'm not going to tell you what I was going to tell you. Forget about that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So let's look at this. Because you're having,
drinking-
no,
Logan.
Vanessa's going to have water. You guys can keep yourself on because I don't
Okay.
think I have any more.
Well, Logan said decaf is a lie, and she just wanted you guys to know that.
Decaf is a lie.
Yeah.
From the
You can't just have coffee that's decaf. It's coffee. How'd she say it? Coffee.
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 How is that?
Because if it's,
Heather swears by it because Heather, no, I don't want to say Heather swears by it, but that's what Heather does. She drinks decaf because caffeine, too much caffeine. She's like, she'll keep her, but she can drink a decaf
yeah, I know.
and be
They're
totally
just saying,
fine.
like, if you're gonna drink coffee, drink coffee, not decaf. It's like
But she likes decaf
I know she does.
and she can go to bed after drinking
Logan
decaf.
just doesn't feel like coffee has to be caffeinated.
Oh,
That's just
it's
the
not
ru-
that
it's like the rule.
decaffeinated coffee, it doesn't work.
No. She's just saying like if it's coffee, it has to be caffeinated. They're coffee
well.
beans. That's how they're created. So she's just
I'm going to
letting
let
you know.
Heather and Logan argue that. Thing.
Okay. They might.
I wouldn't, I mean, coffee wouldn't sound right to me.
Yeah.
If you heard that flush, that would be Sarah. Just so you know. That's Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
She's almost done. She just washed her hands. The door will be opening soon. Okay. So this same report shows that coffee has more caffeine. Believe it or not. And we're going to go into it. A 9-ounce cup of coffee contains approximately 90 to 200 milligrams of caffeine. But like Sarah said, synthetic versus, but my thing is like a lot of people put like a lot of creamer in there, then they put a lot of sugar in there. And if it's not sugar, then they're putting a lot of sweet and low or whatever it is. And then, or like the creamer is like
Vegetable oil.
sugar free.
Yeah, and the oil. Vegetable oil is like the first ingredient on a lot of the creamers.
What?
Yes. Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes. It's not even cream. It's oil.
That's why it tastes so good.
Yeah, I know. It's true. It's no, and they
There's
are
some
the
more
ones.
lard in that thing,
Yep.
please.
Yep, you're right.
Load it up.
100%.
I'm telling you, when I got fat, it was from me, all the things that I drank.
Yeah,
I drank my calories.
Yeah.
Like Tom says the same thing. Tom drank his calories.
right.
They were so good.
I eat my calories.
Me too.
Yeah, because you don't drink all day.
True.
Some of us, on the other hand, consume fluid, whether it's good or bad. Okay, an 8-ounce can, which is what I do 8-ounce cans of Red Bull. I don't do like,
Yeah.
I just do the small one. An 8-ounce can of Red Bull contains only 80 milligrams of caffeine. Truth.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're like, look up what a thing of Mountain Dew is. Because I can't tell you how many times people preach to me about drinking energy drinks and they're flipping down in a Mountain Dew or something. I'm like, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. I'm like, give me a daggum break. Don't preach to me about a daggum Red Bull when you're sucking down all of that
Yeah.
Mountain Dew. And listen, I'd love to see your insides because they were probably lit up like that Mountain Dew, like antifreeze.
Antifreeze. It's
Huh?
true. No, it's true.
It is.
The color, yeah.
Let's throw you up on an X-ray machine. Your whole tummy is going to be bright yellow,
Yep.
sloshing around.
Yep.
Go, how many?
So it's only got 55 milligrams of
So
caffeine.
it's not even that far from a thing.
But it has 46 grams of sugar, which is insane. Like if you took like the spoons full, and that's just that's the 12 ounce, the can, 12 ounce, 46 grams of sugar.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's
wild.
nuts. Oh my gosh. That's why Aaron is on and off the dew.
Yeah. Listen.
When he loses weight, he's off the dew.
Yep.
When you see him gaining weight, he's back on. That's why he's like he tries to. He's like us. He drinks his calories. Aaron's the same way as us. Drinks his, but now he's eating it because he's like, what is it, Tommy? He loves minty chucky chippy ice cream.
Hey.
Every day he's
Every
eating minty
day.
chucky chippy.
Yeah.
And they came over to the house the other night because he thought he was going to get a blizzard with Tommy.
Oh my
A minty
gosh. So
minty
he was excited
Oreo
about it.
chocolate chippy blizzard. Much to his demise, Tommy had already gone and picked up all of our stuff. So, throw that sucker up there, girl.
Okay, so Mountain Dew's not on there, but it is. What's this last one?
I can't
say?
see that though.
I know it's kind of hard to see.
You probably can see it on your screen,
Yeah,
correct?
this one's a little bit more clear. I wonder if I do this one. Copy and replace. Let's see if I do this. Does this look a little bit more clear? I don't know. This one kind of looks clear. Yeah. So 16 tablespoons of sugar in this Mountain. What is it? Minute Maid lemonade. But like compared to all of them, like this is where we're at with the sugar content, which is wild because like
word.
Powerade. And then you look at the Red Bull, and that's the sugar.
And that's got sugar
That's
in it.
the sugar
And I don't.
one,
I do sugar
right?
free, which is chemical. I know. It's got
I know,
chemicals in
I
it.
know.
But so does the Diet Coke that you're drinking or the Coke Zero.
So look at, and this is like Mountain Dew, like these cubes. So that one's the 20 ounce and 22, about 22 packets of sugar.
Oh my
Isn't that
gosh.
crazy?
That'll make you want to unscrew that top to the Mountain Dew and suck it down.
Yeah.
Like you just pile on the fat right next to your
Look
sides.
at that thing. Look at this.
Oh my gosh. That is the reason why Michelle Obama made big gulps no longer. Oh, well, Michael, that's true.
It'll get
Oh my gosh. Looky.
Yep.
That's somebody's science project.
Yep, sure is. Isn't that crazy? So much sugar. So yeah, caffeine, okay, fine. But like the sugar in a lot of people's drinks that they're drinking down all day.
It's crazy.
good.
And so for me, like I know when I drank coffee all the time, like the way I like it, that's the reason I don't drink it every day because I can't have it the way I like it.
Yeah.
So if I can't have it the way I like it, then I'm like, I don't really care about it that much. But I drank like it would have like two tablespoons of sugar and then a whole lot of creamer
Right.
that was not fat free, sugar free, nothing. I was just
Dumping it.
oh, it's so good, so good, but it's not good. So all I'm trying to tell you is, don't be a hypocrite.
There you
Don't
go.
preach
There you
unless
go.
you are only drinking water.
That's why I'm eating chocolate right now.
I already had some before we started. So let me tell you this. Red Bull contains fewer antioxidants than coffee, making it slightly unhealthier than that. But if you're like me, I drink it sugar-free. So that has its own little things too. So in full transparency. But I don't want to have all that sugar. Like I like the diet or the sugar-free one way better. It tastes way better. So here's the real issue that I think people have is the caffeine consumption, besides the synthetic caffeine consumption that
Right.
Sarah was talking about. It's, let's look at the harm that it can cause. Regular and even heavy amounts of caffeine use appear to be totally fine for healthy adults. So regular to even heavy amounts, everything in moderation. A 2017 analysis of dozens of reports, papers, and experiments on the subject found that adults can safely consume 400 milligrams of caffeine a day without suffering from adverse effects on cardiovascular health, calcium balance, and bone status, behavior, cancer risk, or fertility. The prescribed number decreases to 100 milligrams a day for healthy adolescents 12 to 18 years of age, 2.5 milligrams a day for children younger than 12 years old. I mean, I don't think parents are like giving their kids soda every day.
I was actually instructed when Toby got diagnosed with ADHD to like give him coffee or Mountain Dew in the morning because it's a stimulant. So when you have ADHD and you take a stimulant, it does the opposite and like calms you down.
Okay, but
But
you're
I
talking
didn't do
about
it.
one.
I was just.
I'm
they
just
told me to
saying
do it.
one-offs here and there, but most parents are not giving their kids like. I mean, listen, if you go to McDonald's and you take that little orange drink, that's a lot of sugar, but that's not got a lot of caffeine in it.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I let my kids have Sprite when they would go to McDonald's, but they weren't drinking soda the rest of the day. They drink milk or they drink water. So, I mean, if a parent is giving their kid that's younger than 12 an energy drink, I'm calling DCF on you. Tommy's like, what? I'm kidding. Huh? You weren't younger than 12. You were older than that. And he was giving you chocolate milk, which I was not really happy with. But when I'm not there, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. How long does caffeine keep you awake? It basically works like this. When a brain is tired, so listen, doesn't work for me or Tracy and maybe even Taya. But people who feel like caffeine does work for them, this is why it does. When the brain is tired, it creates more of a substance called Sarah, think of this word in your head, and then adenosine, 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 ADESONE.
Adenosine?
Adenosine. God bless it. Thank you. Which binds to adenosine receptors to slow down nerve cell activity. Caffeine tricks these receptors by essentially pretending to be adenosine, thereby binding to the receptors and blocking the sleep-inducing element. The more caffeine, the more receptors that are blocked. Studies have also shown that increased caffeine consumption during the day can lead to serious sleep problems at night. Not my problem.
Not mine either.
This girl goes nighty-night,
Same.
no matter what. You can
Same.
drink caffeine too, and it don't bother you. Can you drink caffeine, Sarah, and not bother you? Maybe not. You drink decaf, whatever.
I haven't had it in so long. I guess it doesn't really. Like, if I have a soda with dinner, which is like once in a blue moon, then it doesn't really impact me.
Doesn't bother me. I know other people it does,
Yeah, me too.
like Heather.
Yep.
With one report suggesting that individuals should stop ingesting caffeine 6 hours before bedtime. So, soda, Red Bull, coffee, it doesn't do nothing to me. Like I said, everything in moderation, people. You know what the 3 worst energy drinks there are with the highest level of caffeine?
Let's hear it.
Celsius Heat, which I was telling Talia. Bang. I can't do Bang.
Ooh, I used to drink those.
Oh, yeah. I've had
Okay,
those
I
before.
will say Bang.
Really?
I drank.
suckers are big.
I was like, nope, not doing that. That's not why I drink energy drink.
Right,
I
I
do
know,
not
I know.
want to feel like that.
No,
If-
nobody
if
does.
I felt like that, and some people do, and they don't
Right,
drink energy
right.
drink, that makes complete sense
right.
to me.
Same.
That's not. I don't like feeling like that.
No.
Did your heart beat out of your chest when you drank Bang?
I don't know.
It has a lot of caffeine in it, and then Rockstar Exturance. Those are the ones.
Yeah.
All of them have 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Holy crap.
Yeah. That's probably what C4
I drink
has.
it like every day.
Oh my god.
300 milligrams. I don't know. Yeah, check out what C4 has.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm about to save your lives, people. And we're 5 minutes overtime, but you'll thank me for this. I promise you. You'll know if you're having an overdose of caffeine if you consume more than 400 milligrams of caffeine and you experience these symptoms.
Oh boy.
Now, I know coffee drinkers have. Breathing trouble. That's not a coffee drinker. Changes in alertness, agitation, confusion, hallucinations, convulsions, seizures, diarrhea. That's coffee drinkers. Fever, increased thirst, increased urination. That's Sarah. But that's not from coffee. Or 400 milligrams plus.
And
Irregular heartbeat, muscle twitching, nausea, vomiting, rapid heartbeat, sleeping trouble. I've never experienced any of those at any time whatsoever by drinking a Red Bull.
never.
I know people have probably with drinking coffee. I've never experienced diarrhea from a Red Bull. Okay? But I know people who drink too much coffee do.
Yep.
So everybody work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. Don't bring it to me. I'm not kidding. I love that somebody writes this question. I love you for writing this question. You have freed me in many ways to give my opinion to people who don't want me to give my opinion.
Oh, well.
But I don't want their opinion. So live and let live. Let's just move on. I mean, doesn't it bother you when people come up to you when you're drinking like a Red Bull and they're like,
Yes.
that's not good for you. And I just want to go, can I go in your pantry right now? Can I look at what you got in your pantry? Let's do a rundown of you in your pantry.
Do you know what I say to people when they do that? I say, you be you. And the shirt is
Oh,
now
my
available
gosh.
online. You can scan the QR code today. Or you can find it at foundationchurchfl.com. Click shop today. You can also get your spoon. And you can beat the people over the head when they say something about your Red Bull. And you can hide the Red Bull in a mug today.
Oh.
You can be fully equipped so that conversation will never happen.
Oh my gosh.
That was good.
I know. I was prepared for it. I was ready.
That was so good.
It's true. You be you, people.
And find your tribe.
Oh,
Smack them with a wooden spoon.
This is why we have Tracy.
I
That's what
don't
I'm
know.
saying. But it is the heart. It's all the heart.
That matters.
It's all about the heart. I don't care if their heart is good.
It's
and
the
they
thought
wanna
that
tell me about
counts.
my
It's
Red
the
Bull.
thought that
It's like,
counts.
you know what Norma says
Yeah.
to people when they say something to her? She's like, God said I can drink any deadly poison. and
That's
it
what
will
I
not-"
say. That's what I say. That's my girl. That's my girl.
Like, Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Yes. Good job, Norma. Yeah.
I don't
so-
even know how to segue into salvation. We might skip it again. I don't even know what to do. And we're 9 minutes over.
All right. Well,
If you need Jesus, come to church on Sunday. We'll make sure you find him.
yes.
Until then, have a great weekend. Stay out of the rain if it's raining. Shovel some snow if it's snowing. But we're going to experience some great sunshine until Sunday.
Yes, we are.
We are loving some Florida right now. So come and visit if you don't live in the area. Otherwise, we're going to see you on Sunday. We love you. Thanks for joining in. See you on Wednesday of next week. Bye.
Real talk.